Kindergartners. I'm so excited to be teaching art online today. We are going to do a drawing of a jaguar. In kindergarten, you are taking your trip around the world and you are in South America. And so we are going to be jumping on board with that and doing a awesome drawing of a jaguar. I know that Mrs. De Silva and Mrs. LaRocca have both given you some great pictures of jaguars that you have attached to another piece of paper that talks a little bit about where jaguars live and their habitat and what kinds of things they eat. And so now we're going to focus on drawing one. So the materials that they gave you are pretty simple. 3 pieces of paper, and you guys all have this. You have a tan piece of paper, a white piece of paper of the same size, and then a smaller green piece of paper. Now, this project is going to be kind of a 3-part project. We're going to do a drawing of our jaguar and color it in today, and then on my next video, we'll do a watercolor background, and then we will add some leaves. So the only part that you really have to worry about today is our drawing of our jaguar. So let me begin. I'm going to give you a short little picture of sort of the finished product from last year, just to kind of show you what we're kind of going for. So this is kind of our idea of our jaguar in our 3 parts. So we have our beginning part that we're going to draw today, and then the second 2 parts are the background and adding the leaves. So just so you can kind of get a little visual of a finished product. I know that always really helps to see what we're going to end up with. So before we begin, I want to show you some of the materials you'll need. And these are all things that you should have around the house. I kind of scrounged these up from a drawer in the bottom of a closet. So I bet you guys can all find something. I have a pencil, and I have a black crayon, and I have a brown crayon, a pink crayon, and I was going for a yellow crayon, but here's all I kind of found, are some like shades of light green. So that's kind of a good example of whatever you have laying around is whatever you can use. So if you can't find a pink crayon anywhere, we're really just using it for whiskers. So if you can't find a pink crayon, any other color will do. Okay, so before we get into the crayon, we're going to start off with pencil, because I know it always makes you a little more comfortable to draw with pencil first, and that way we can erase it. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to draw our face of our jaguar. We're going to start kind of here at the top. And when we draw the face of our jaguar, we have to remember that we're really looking at shapes. So instead of thinking, wow, how do I figure out where the face goes on here? We're going to have our face and then part of the body. No paws, no legs in here, so we don't have to worry about fitting it all in. And like I tell you guys in class, you want to keep it kind of big. If you end up with a tiny little jaguar in the middle, you're not going to have a whole lot to fill up the page. And we really want to fill up our page with our jaguar. So we are going to start with the head of our jaguar. And it's going to go like this. Okay, so the head looks sort of like a triangle. So it's going to go like this. We're going to make a curved line near the top, but not touching the top of our paper. So I want you guys to make kind of a curved line. It looks like a little rainbow at the top of the paper. And then we need to add some ears. Now we remember jaguars are cats, so they have semi-pointed ears, not super rounded, but not giant bunny ears. So let's keep it at just a little triangle ear. So it's just another rainbow shape and down like this for our first jaguar ear. And then we're going to jump back over to the other side of our paper and do the same. And you want to do your best to make it look the same, and if it doesn't, that's okay. So now we have our jaguar ears. And while we have those, cats always have a little inside part to their ears, so we can add a little inside rounded triangle to that as well. Okay, so since we're thinking about the shape of our cat face almost as a triangle. If it was a triangle, you could almost trace it with your finger and have it be straight at the top and then going down at the bottom like this. So we want most of our jaguar face to be on the paper. So just like this example here, we're gonna have like a big face, and we wanna keep it proportionate, meaning sort of the same size as like the top up here. So we're gonna come down, and then we're gonna go right back up, and we're doing the same style of lines. So it's that little bit of a curve, not quite a huge rainbow, but a little bit of a curve. And we've done the exact same line the whole way. So a curve here, curves at the top, and going back down to curves at the bottom. And if you can notice, this side is not exactly the same as this side, and that's definitely okay. It does not have to be perfect. Okay, so before we get into filling in any other parts, we're gonna do our body. Now, we have to remember that you're not really gonna do a neck of our jaguar. We're just gonna, because our jaguar is sitting down. So we have to remember to start on the sides over here a little bit out, because if we start in too skinny, we're just gonna end up with a pencil body, and we don't want that. So we're gonna go out about halfway between our ear and our chin here and make another curved line down. And then we're gonna jump over to the other side and do the same thing, remembering to go about the same distance down as we did on the other side. And just another curved line down. And there, now you've just drawn your jaguar body. So awesome. Okay, now that we have our jaguar body in here, we need to focus on our face. So before we get in our eyes, I'm gonna do our nose. So because cats have a nose that comes out, we wanna do our nose fairly down in the bottom area of our face. We don't wanna do a nose right in the middle. So we're gonna do a nose that's a half circle. So we're gonna do a straight line across, and then come right around with an upside down rainbow shape, and then we have our nose. Perfect. And to add our mouth, we're gonna do a curved line going out one way and a curved line going out the other way, and they both come from that middle of that curved shape right there. Okay, now in order to make it look like a snout, which animals have coming out, we're going to come back up here, jump back up here to our half circle, and on the left side here, we're gonna make a line going up to about half the face, and on the right side, same thing, a line going up. So now we have two parallel lines going straight up. From the top of one of these lines, we're going to have a short little line, a diagonal line that comes out and faces that ear. And we're gonna do it on the same thing on the other side. A short little line that faces that ear. And we wanna make them even, so we can go back and do it even. And then we're gonna add in our eyes. And cats have eyes that look like almond shapes. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little almond shaped eye, but to make it a little easier, we're gonna do a straight line that comes out from the middle of our diagonal line, straight. And then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side, straight out. And now it looks like our cat's sleeping, but we want our cat to be awake. So from the edge, we're gonna do almost the same half circle shape that we did for our nose. So it should look almost exactly the same. And then we're going to do another half circle shape that comes right around like that. And now our Jaguar is looking pretty awesome, but we need some eyeballs. So once we have some eyeballs, it will make our Jaguar come alive. And now it looks really great. And if your Jaguar looks like it's being a little mean, that's okay, because sometimes Jaguars look like that. Perfect. Okay, and now we're finished with step 1, which is the pencil drawing of our Jaguar. So give yourself a pat on the back. Awesome job. And we're gonna pause there for a minute and give ourselves a little stretch break and get ready for our black crayon. Okay, so for the last part of the first part of our project today, we are just going to outline everything with our black crayon. So pick up your black crayon and we're going to trace over all of the lines that we just drew. So we're going to carefully trace over all of our lines, even our ears. And when we trace, we want to go a little slowly so we make sure that we're going right over all of our lines. We do the body, and we do our nose, our mouth, our snout, and our eyes. And we want to color in our eyeballs or our pupils with black. Perfect job. Okay, we're going to stop there for today, and in our next video, we will add all of our details to our Jaguar and color the eyes and add some whiskers. All right, thanks so much. Have fun drawing.